Hi, so today I wanted to show you guys how to color your models using ZBrush. It's honestly a bit of a learning process and not as intuitive as it should be, so hopefully this can be helpful. So once you have your model ready to color, you'll see that there's a color wheel as well as two colors ready to use. However, when you try to actually go in and color, it doesn't work. This is because you're technically still in sculpting mode. So to change this, you go to the top, you enable RGB, and disable Z add. This will allow you to start coloring. So in order to fill in the background color of your model, you go to the top of the menu and you select color, and then you go down to fill object. And then once you're there, you switch colors using V, and then you're ready to start adding in your details. So there's different types of options ZBrush gives you to work with, them being strokes, which change the shape of the brushes. So for example, drag react lets you fill up a big space. I like to use this when painting large areas very fast, versus something like drag dot, where it lets you do smaller details and it lets you choose the placement of the dots. Another thing I like to do is look at the alphas, because these change the texture of the brush. So for example, this one and the others, they give you different types of effects. And then you go back, you change this, and look, see? It lets you choose the shape of the brush, which I think is pretty cool. With textures, I honestly don't use them this much when I'm coloring. I feel like that's something you use in the later process, but if you look at them, they do give you interesting features to play around with. So the once you have this figured out, when I'm working on my project, I like to do two things that I use pretty frequently. So once you go back and you change all of these, you turn these off. So when I'm coloring, I like to use the Alt button and the Shift button. So the Alt button lets you change back to your second color. So let's say, for example, I colored this and I want to fill in the eyes. You press Alt and it lets you almost erase the white color. Versus if I want to blend the two colors together, I press Shift and it lets them blur together for a very seamless look. And overall, once you get more comfortable with this process, it becomes a lot easier to do and it becomes almost intuitive. So hopefully this tutorial was helpful, and yeah, bye bye.